Without getting into the whole business of what happened with the distribution in America of Brazil, what effect did you think that had on your relationship with Hollywood?
Oh, I think I got, a black mark against my name with the battle over Brazil, because Hollywood basically does things behind closed doors, like any political capital. Things are done behind closed doors. The idea of publicly taking on a studio, or the head of a studio more specifically, and winning is something that really doesn't happen. I mean, the Battle of Brazil is a very rare success case and a very public one. And I think I got a reputation of being nothing but trouble from that. And so there was plenty of people waiting for my next stumble, which luckily came along with Munchausen, and they all felt better. He got his comeuppance, is what it felt like. And it continues. I keep finding people are fearful of working with me because they think I'm out of control, no respecter of budgets, trouble. And basically it's not true. I mean, I've only had one problem, and that was the battle with Brazil was a public thing. And I've only done one film that went over budget, and that was Munchausen. And yet that reputation hangs on. Anybody who's actually ever worked with me, any producer or any studio executive ever has actually worked with me, knows that I'm a sweet little pussycat.
So why have you got this reputation?
Because they don't talk to each other.
But they do, don't they?
They don't. No, it's actually, it's really funny. It's surprising. They don't talk the way you think they do. Things float in Hollywood. Hollywood is a very strange place of rumors and sort of accepted wisdom, but nobody ever gets down and starts looking at the facts. I mean, I keep telling people, if you've got any doubts about what I'm like to work with, here's a list of people, call them. Nobody's ever called these people.
But don't they look at the numbers at least?
The numbers are good and bad. I've done films that have made a lot of money. Oh, and budgets. Our budgets are even more interesting, because when we did 12 Monkeys, we made Baron Munchausen. It went over budget. I came back and did Fisher King in Hollywood. We came in on budget. It was $24.5 million. Then it came to do 12 Monkeys. Now, we needed to get a completion guarantor, an insurance company, because that's the way we wanted to structure it, so it wasn't just a studio picture. It was outside money. And when you do that, you need this insurance policy. And the insurance people said, well, we're going to ask for a bigger contingency because of, you're out of control. I said, wait a minute. Look at all my films, and particularly look at my last one, a studio film. We came in on budget, maybe even under budget. And he said, we can't count on that, because the studio budgets, you don't know what they are. The studios lie all the time, because if you, as you're working forward on a film, if you can get the studio to agree to pay extra on that, your budget can go up, but it's always still within the budget, even though it's not the budget you started out with. And that was an eye-opener for me to realize that the insurance companies can't tell what the real budget is on a studio film. So if they can't, who can?
I mean, one always hears about the mysteries of Hollywood accounting. No one seems to know ever what a film actually made.
No, because I've seen the statements, I get them, and I see how little is left for me at the bottom of it, and it's brilliant. That's where the real art of Hollywood is the accounting, creative accounting, and they're brilliant. And it becomes a kind of system that is good for everybody, because you then have to get lawyers to go in and look at it. Then you have to get accountants, auditors to go in and audit. So that's more work and more money for more people. So the more complex you make it, the more people have to be brought into the system, and they're all making money. So a few artists are there at the bottom of this inverted pyramid supporting lawyers and accountants and auditors and everything just to deal with the way that system works. And years ago I said to one studio head, if you could actually come up with honest accounting, you would get everybody working there, and you wouldn't be spending these huge amounts of money to make the film, because people know they're going to be cheated. They want their money up front. And so the budgets go up on the films, and as the budgets go up, the executives get more nervous about what the film is about, and so they play safer and safer. So it's the people that suffer the most are the public, who get stupider and dumber films all the time.